The price tag on college education is getting really steep. In fact, students graduating in 2020 are graduating with more than $30,000 in student loan debt. Let's dive into the average cost of college and how that's changed over time, and how you can make the most of your money as you decide which college to attend. Hey guys, welcome back to The College Investor, the place for investing and personal finance for millennials. Now, I'm all about a college education. I loved my time attending university, and I think that the cost of attendance has just ballooned so much that it's making it difficult for students not to graduate with student loan debt. So check this out. This is really crazy. The average cost of college has increased more than 4 times since 1985 to the 2016-2017 academic year. Now, this includes tuition for 2-year and 4-year colleges, kind of lumping everybody together, including public and private schools. So let's rewind back to 1985, 1986, okay? You may not have been alive then, I certainly wasn't, but this is what the average cost of tuition was like back in that time. So for public and private colleges together, all institutions, the cost for a college education per year was $4,885. For 4-year colleges, it looked like $5,500, and 2-year colleges, it was $3,300. Now, if we fast forward to 2016-2017, that academic school year, for all institutions, including public and private colleges, the average cost of attending university was just over $23,000. That is insane. For 4-year colleges, it was $26,593, and 2-year colleges, it was $10,598. So you're probably thinking, wow, that's huge. It includes both public and private schools, so private schools might be skewing those numbers. So let's break those out into 2 separate pieces. For public colleges in 1985, all universities, it was just under $3,600 to attend school. 4-year colleges, it was around $3,800, and 2-year colleges, it was $2,900. But check out this chart. In 2017, those numbers had increased to $17,000 for all colleges, just over $19,000 for 4-year schools, and $10,000 for 2-year schools. Now for private colleges in 1985, it was around $8,800 for all schools, and that jumped, oh my gosh, this jumped in 2017 to just under $41,000 for 1 year of private school. Kind of makes you second guess whether or not private school is the right way to go these days. So these numbers don't factor in the cost of food, your living arrangements, books, any extracurricular activities that you definitely want to be a part of in school. So those are all additional costs to tuition. So basically, over the last 30 years, the cost of attending college has increased between 400 to 500%, and that includes any type of college that you may want to attend. Public, private, 4-year or 2-year, it doesn't matter which way you slice it, tuition has increased dramatically. This can be really disheartening and kind of stressful, especially for students who are just entering into college the first time and trying to figure out how you can even cover the cost of attending 1 year. So if you are trying to reduce your college costs, there are several ways that you can try to minimize the amount of debt that you may owe and try to cash flow tuition. First things first, you want to consider all options. The 2 years, the 4 years, if you're going into a profession like medical profession, nursing school, then you're probably going to opt for a 4-year college and then knowing that you're going to move into these specialized schools later on. So next you want to consider a 2-year public school. So you could get your prerequisites out of the way by attending a community college and then transferring into a 4-year university. Also, opt for in-state schools. In-state tuition is going to be way more affordable than an out-of-state school, so be sure to check what in-state options that you have. Now, if you do go for an out-of-state school, consider looking for ways to make sure that you become an in-state resident and then report that back to your school so that you could get in-state tuition for your university. Now, you'll have to check with your school to see how that all works, but it could be an option for you. Next, you'll want to consider a vocational or a tech school. There are plenty of high-paying professions out there that don't require a college degree. All you need to do is hit up your local vocational or tech school, which can be a much more affordable option. This next option, I can't stress enough. Scholarships, scholarships, scholarships. Please make this a part-time job if you're in high school and college and you're looking for ways to reduce those costs. Absolutely make this part of your daily or weekly routine to scholarship hunt. I wished I would have taken scholarship hunting more seriously and come up with an organized plan to make that happen. It's so crucial. It's free money that is available to you when you have the right tools in place to know how to get after those scholarships. And finally, if you are watching this after you've graduated from college, look for tuition reimbursement options from your employer. Talk to your HR department. There are plenty of programs out there where employers will help reimburse tuition expenses, which could reduce the amount of debt that you owe. Unless there's a radical intervention, the cost of college is just going to continue to rise here in the United States. It's inconvenient, but it's true. And I definitely recommend doing your research up front, doing the work up front prior to making those decisions and getting into your semester. It's really going to help you take control and ownership of how much you are going to owe in student loan debt. And if you can eliminate taking out federal student loans or private student loans altogether. There are plenty of resources available to you on how to reduce student loan debt and your college tuition costs by visiting thecollegeinvestor.com.